If the Ferro is the slow but powerful rifle where every shot really matters, the Renegade is its faster firing, less impactful, but equally as accurate cousin. It feels like there's only so much you can do with the Ferro, and the Renegade is the more intricate version, where things like recoil, fire rate, and dispersion matter a whole lot more. On paper, this is a really good weapon. At 35 damage per shot, it's tied for 7th, just behind the Ferro and Anvil. And with a firing rate of 21, it can put those bullets downrange much more quickly. To get some semblance of a damage comparison, we can look at the relative DPS. To be clear, this isn't the actual DPS. I know some of you were worried about that last video. It's just a way to compare damage between weapons. So we take the 21 firing rate and multiply it by the 35 damage per shot, and we get a whopping 735 relative DPS. In our Ferro guide, if you remember, we found the relative DPS to be much lower at 264. Again, on paper, this is a really good weapon. It's got a good range too, with the 4th highest of them all, only beaten out by the Osprey Sniper and the 2 legendary weapons, which, let's be honest, unless you've been playing for a long time, you probably do not have. So the glory of the Renegade is that it has a similar style to the Ferro. It hits less hard with each shot, sure, mainly because it uses medium ammo and not heavy ammo. But to make up for that, you can get more rounds out faster. Before we dive into the optimizations, however, I wanted to highlight the importance between a newly crafted Renegade and a fully upgraded Renegade. The biggest difference is in the lever action between shots. Let's see how long it takes for each to get 4 rounds into this dummy. With no upgrades, you have to click the lever between shots, which makes the entire thing take almost exactly 1 second per bullet. Fully upgraded, however, and things are much better. That's less than half the time the regular Renegade took. So you can get a 50% improvement in performance just by upgrading it. That process is, of course, slightly more expensive, with this being a rare weapon, so it'll set you back 11,200 coins worth of supplies. I also wanted to test how the weapons sounded with and without silencers, so here's how that sounds, and as per your request, there will be no background music during this section, and I also fired into the sky this time so you can hear just the gun and not the impacts of the bullets. Next up, we get into the testing. There were a lot more unknowns this time, so I decided to test just about everything. First, I started with the muzzle brakes to see if there was a noticeable change in the recoil pattern distribution. Honestly, it's quite hard to tell the difference. There might be some slight difference, but judge it as you will. I even ran it with the padded stock to decrease recoil even more, and couldn't really notice a difference, at least at short range. After that, I ran the compensators real quick. Dispersion is obviously mainly about range and how the bullets can vary between the usual cone, but here's what the recoil patterns for those look like. Then I dove into stock territory, which is where the gun really comes alive. I first took the most obvious, highest rarity ones for a run, and while the benefits are all primarily about range at the cost of various things like aim down sight speed, I wanted to see how they affected the gun's ability to get bullets out quickly and accurately. With no attachments, the Renegade can get 4 out in 3.2 seconds. If you remember it taking 4 seconds earlier, as a reminder, that was the Renegade 1, not the fully upgraded one. The lightweight stock knocks that down to 2.53 seconds, and the padded stock down to 2.49. But again, these have significant trade-offs in either aim down sights or equip speed. But instead of these quote-unquote better stocks, it's the stable stocks that are the MVP for the Renegade in my opinion. This is immediately pretty obvious even with the common version. But with the uncommon stable stock, the gun feels really, really good. That's 2 seconds flat with optimal bloom from a green attachment, even better than the rare ones above it. As far as muzzle options go, personally I like the Compensator 2 for a budget build. Then you can throw on whatever medium mag you might have to make sure you don't need to reload round by round in the middle of a tense firefight. As far as what the best build is, just use this tier list to put together the best possible one you can. Personally, I think the best build is just slightly over budget by tossing on an extended medium mag 3 and calling it a day. But as you can see here, 20 rounds is 100% overkill, and you'll never really need that much. You can and should also throw on the extended barrel if you have it, if you're frequently fighting at high ranges. As you can see in this footage, the vertical recoil increase is not really debilitating, though it definitely adds a pretty good kick. So that's the Renegade. I hope this helped you in some way. Sorry for not being a complete math wizard and not finding the best ways to test for things like dispersion, but I figured even running the gun through its paces will help a lot of folks who otherwise wouldn't bother. At least this way, you can look at it and make the decisions yourself. As always, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. For the comment this time, just let me know what weapon I should do next, now that the battle rifles are done. For now though, I think that's it. I'll see you next time.